This is one of the greatest scientific accomplishments in history.
A vaccine made in just 9 months. Pfizer's vaccine gets FDA approval, bringing the U.S. one step closer to ending the pandemic.
And millions of doses being prepared across the country, and hospitals in Colorado are getting ready for their first shipment, which could arrive this weekend.
We're just asking for the opportunity to let the community help us.
And trying to give a boost to struggling restaurants. Colorado County's coming up with their own plans to keep restaurants open. It is a cold December morning across the Front Range. We're going to take a live look over downtown Denver. Elitch Gardens in the shot there. Some of us have some snow on the ground. More on the way. Katie LaSalle is timing everything out for us on this Denver7 Weather Action Day. Katie.
Hey Eric, good morning everyone. It was nice to see a little bit of moisture move in across the state yesterday. It is dry this morning across the metro area under a mostly cloudy sky, but boy is it cold. 14 degrees out of DIA, pressure dropping slightly. Winds though at least are calm, and we are in for a second round of snowfall later on today. We have a winter weather advisory that will be in place this afternoon, already picking up widespread snowfall over the western slope, moving into portions of our central mountains, even into the foothills, getting a little light snow this morning, but more widespread moisture is expected to move in tonight into early tomorrow. So here's our future cast. Up and down the I-25 corridor and east, we'll stay under a mostly cloudy sky through mid-morning, and until about lunchtime it'll be dry here, but the winds will start to kick up. Snow will increase into the mountains around 3 to 6 inches. Great news for skiers, snowboarders, but be careful on the roadways. Up and down the I-25 corridor after about 4 o'clock is our best chance here in Denver of seeing that snow move through. It's a quick little hit and then we'll clear out on Sunday, but it will be chilly all weekend long. We'll have your full forecast still to come.
It is an announcement the country has been waiting for. The FDA giving the go-ahead for Pfizer's vaccine, bringing the U.S. one step closer to ending the pandemic. Pfizer is expected to start shipping nearly 3 million doses to 600 locations across the country. Doctors say the vaccine is 95% effective, but people will need to get 2 doses. It'll be given to people who are 16 and older. There are no serious side effects. Colorado is expected to get thousands of doses, and some of them could arrive as soon as this weekend. Denver7 Sean Toll joins us to explain what hospitals in Colorado will get the first doses.
Yeah, Eric, obviously the news we've all been waiting for. We know about 46,000 doses are coming to Colorado. Each Pfizer shipment will be GPS monitored, and we know the vaccine must be stored at ultra cold temperatures. So each package will also contain a thermal monitoring device to make sure the packages stay cold while in transit. Now, once the vaccines are in Colorado, they will go first to healthcare workers and residents of long-term care facilities. And Friday, the state health department identified the facilities that will be among the first to receive the Pfizer vaccine. 46 hospitals will get that Pfizer vaccine. About 150 will get the Moderna vaccine once approved. Now, most sites will only get a few hundred doses, so they'll have to prioritize. And only 9 states will get about 1,000 or more doses. And the University of Colorado Hospital in Aurora will get the most, 7,800. Children's Hospital will get nearly 5,000 doses. And UC Health Poudre Valley Hospital, Denver Health, St. Joseph Hospital, and Swedish are also getting at least 1,000 doses. So widespread distribution, though, still isn't likely to this summer, and obviously this Pfizer one isn't the only vaccine. We also mentioned the Moderna vaccine. The Department of Health and Human Services is purchasing 100 million doses of that one, and the FDA will receive Moderna's vaccine next week. Back to you guys.
Sean, thanks for the update. Retailers are already getting ready for widespread distribution. CVS is hiring up to 15,000 workers to help administer the vaccines. Walgreens says it's creating nearly 1,000 hub locations to store the doses. And Walmart says it's getting more than 5,000 of its stores ready with freezers and dry ice.
Now, keep in mind, after you get the vaccine, you will not be able to stop wearing a mask or start to gather in groups right away. A significant percentage of the population will have to be vaccinated to reach the level of herd immunity required for life to return to normal. And that may not happen until this summer. Both the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines require 2 shots. For Pfizer's vaccine, it's 3 weeks after the first shot, and Moderna's comes 4 weeks later. And the effects of those vaccinations, they're not immediate either. Protection likely will not happen until a couple of weeks after the second shot. Plus, just like the flu, vaccinated people can still become infected with the virus and pass the virus on to others, although it will be at much lower rates. We also don't know just how long antibodies produced by this vaccine will last. And some people may experience temporary side effects from the vaccine, things like fever, fatigue, muscle aches, and headaches.
For Black and Latino communities, some skepticism surrounding the vaccine is based on a mistreatment in the past. One local pastor cited the Tuskegee experiment where African American men were encouraged to join a study on syphilis but were never properly treated.
So there's a lot of concern in that African American community, especially, about being a guinea pig, not having enough information as of yet on the effects or long-term effects of the vaccination.
He says it's good we have a vaccine, but he wants to see more results before taking voluntary steps. And there is so much information out there about the vaccines to help you understand it and to make a decision for your family. Denver7 is hosting a town hall Tuesday night at 6:30. The governor will join us and as well as top health leaders to get those questions answered. If you have a question, email us at 360@thedenverchannel.com.
So while the state waits for its first shipment of vaccines, some Colorado counties are asking for reduced restrictions and programs allowing well-behaved restaurants to open. Mesa County is in level red on the state's COVID dial. It has a 5-star program which allows restaurants to operate at level orange restrictions and have some indoor dining. Larimer County is pushing for its version called Level Up.
We have to learn how to live with COVID, protect our hospitals with suppression strategies, and mitigate the damage to our economy and to our businesses. And that really needs to happen right away.
Larimer County has another meeting with the governor's office as it seeks approval for its plan. No word on timing of a statewide variance or a 5-star plan.
We're hearing from Colorado's first gentleman for the first time since he was released from the hospital earlier this week. Marlon Reese and Governor Jared Polis are telling Coloradans the virus is not a joke. Although the governor had mild symptoms, Reese says his inflammatory levels were 10 times what they should be. He suffered fatigue, shortness of breath, and lower abdominal pain.
This is a serious disease, friends. Don't assume that if you get it, you'll automatically have a mild version. It's just not worth taking a chance when we have good tools at our disposal to avoid exposure.
They're reminding everyone to wear your mask, social distance, and always wash your hands.
Now here's the latest coronavirus numbers from the state. We added more than 4,600 cases yesterday, bringing our total number of cases to nearly 300,000 since the pandemic began. And here's a look at how our hospital system is doing this morning. More than 1,600 beds are in use right now, a number that's been declining over the past few days. But 10% of Colorado facilities do expect to run short on ICU space in the next week. And Colorado is approaching 2 million coronavirus tests, and the state is making it easier for more people to get tested. Several new testing sites are opening across the state, including Abraham Lincoln High School in Denver. It is free to get tested there. Walk-ins are welcome, but the state is encouraging people to pre-register. Just check the state's website to find the specific times for each site.
A house fire is being investigated as arson and attempted murder. The fire happened last night on South Depew Street in Jefferson County. One man was taken to the hospital and a woman was taken into custody. Once we get more information, we'll get it out to you. Fire officials have been surveying damage in Rocky Mountain National Park from the East Troublesome Fire. A team was deployed last month to evaluate threats like flooding and debris flows. They also studied impacts to vegetation, wildlife, historic buildings, and recreation infrastructure. The fire burned more than 22,000 acres of the park.